Alright guys, how's it going? So I wasn't here yesterday for the Fae channel, I did catch up on it, but we are now gonna look at the special heroes. We know who they are, but wondering what type of skills they will have. And it's pirate themed, so should be interesting. Pirate of the Red Sky. Suther first, he is still armor unit, but instead of axis time, he has a lance. Ooh, 3 unique skills, right? So we're gonna have to check those out and kind of analyze that. Oh my god, no damage to him. And he's getting hit by green axe, which should be powerful. Alright, now this is probably the fan favorite. And Sala here, he's drawn closer to his original Path of Radiance art. So pretty cool. There's also 2 new skills for him. So they're introducing like new skills by the bucket here. Where's the treasure? That black crow does look really, really nice. And he has basically like a Kanto move. Alright, so here's like our carefree one. I'm surprised, like her face, you expect her to be voiced by Connor Kelly, right? One new skill, I think this is just the attack skill here for Vika. So we'll take a look at that. But she's kind of like a dark blue bird, and I really enjoy that. But here's the pair that you've been waiting for, Hinoka and Camilla. And they are a flying green bow. And we know we need flying green a lot, ranged. So this is gonna be great. And she's riding that black. So instead of a Kishi Knight, she's riding a black dragon. Or Drake. Wyvern, if you will. It has a dual skill, so we're gonna take a look at that too. I wonder if there's gonna be any like free units or Tempest Trial units that we're gonna get. Ooh, an extra movement space. So like a cavalry, but with flying it's really strong because flying goes over most terrain. Right? So okay, so Vika is definitely the hero, but let's the 4-star demote. But let's take a look at this. So Suthar has 3 skills, very, very strong. Sea Seer Lance. So if foe initiate combats or if HP is above 75%, inflicts a debuff on negative attack, negative defense on 6 on foe, and also if foe can make a follow-up attack, reduces the first attack by 75%. So it makes him super, super tanky. If they're faster than him and they attack twice, the first attack is really not going to be effective. The -1 special here, that's going to proc Bonfire, which if you get hit and you retaliate, especially if the foe attacks you twice, you're going to be able to proc that every time. Now, defense resists ideal here. If HP is 100%, or if there's any sort of buff on the unit, you get an additional +7 to attack and resist. And if HP is 100% and you have the bonus on, you get an additional +2. Now, Crafty Fighter, yeah, unit if foe initiate combat, unit makes guarantee follow-up attack, and you get the special down, so definitely going to proc Bonfire. But Suther's Portent, I wonder if this is inheritable by his original unit at the start of the turn. If unit is within 4 spaces of a foe, inflicts -5 debuff to all stats on the closest foe, and he also gets +5 to his stats. So as long as he's near an enemy, 4 spaces, very, very generous, he's going to be able to buff himself, which is going to proc defense resist ideal. And the negative special here is really kind of coincides with the Sea Seer Lance. So you're going to get you're going to proc Bonfire a lot. That's kind of the deal. Suthor can take the damage, and he can reduce the damage he takes, and he also is going to attack back. Now let's look at Nisala here. He has two things. Crossbone Claws, which is new. Accelerate Special Trigger. Again, that's going to proc Glimmer quite a bit. If unit is not adjacent ally, then the debuff is -6 to speed and defense, and neutralizes any effects that prevent him from doing a follow-up attack. Right? So also, if he's not near an ally, he can counterattack, or he basically attacks twice. It's the desperation move, as pointed out in my last video by a commenter. Thanks. So, and you know, if you're not next to an ally, you do transform, or if you're next to a beast unit, you do transform there. Basically, as a solo skill, that's very cool because you get the debuff and you get to attack twice, and you're most likely going to proc Glimmer because you are attacking twice. Stall Ploy, Stall, this is new. If unit can move 1 extra space, restricts the movement to 1 space instead. So Stall Ploy is new, and it's very, very useful, especially in Ether raids where a lot of compositions, they surprise you by getting into your attack range. So I know Legendary Crom does this quite a lot by switching spaces, like when you do the attack space or the danger zone preview, he's not there, but then he gets there. Same thing with these additional space skills here. The units will get to you even if you didn't measure, even if you use that kind of proximity warning. Now let's look at Vika because she is the free unit. Ebon Pirate Claw is her only new one. She doesn't have C, so you can pair that with anything here. +3 resist. If she's adjacent to, if foes resist is less than units resist, and that foe is adjacent to another foe. So a lot of conditions to set this one up, guys. They get -7 to defense and resist. So they have to be less resistant than her, and they have to be next to an ally. At the start of turn, if foe's HP is above 75%, she gets 5 to all stats. So kind of a lot of conditions to set this up. I'm not sure it's reliable. I think Vika's cool if you get her as a 4-star and you promote her. And the reason that works is because she's kind of a colorless flyer. We don't have a lot of colorless flyers, right? We have Nisala, we have the Eagle King, right? And then we have kind of the 2 birds that sing. But this will give you kind of a colorless variety. And maybe if you mix other skills, she will be strong. But we're all here for Hinoka and Camilla. And what's amazing about this is Mermaid Bow. So Mermaid Bow is effective against armor and flying units, right? +3 to attack, so a flat buff there. At start of combat, if unit HP is above 25%, +6 to attack and speed during combat, and calculates the damage based on the lower of the foe's defense or resistance. And if units initiate combat and units greater than speed is greater than foe speed, unit has weapon triangle advantage. Unit attacks twice. So it is like a brave weapon if you have triangle advantage. You can get the colorless triangle advantage, let's say against Fallen Edelgard, but then you would have to give up your attack speed push and well, I guess if you want more damage, you want 40%, you can use Triangle Adept there, but it's already effective against the armor unit. So, right, so there's that. And, you know, being that this unit is kind of fast, as indicated here, that's going to be very useful. The Kanto is very useful, of course, and the defense resists on foes within 2 spaces. So I think that's good, but the best thing about this is we talked about the skill restriction. So with Nisala, you have the speed ploy, I believe, or let's see what it's called again. It's called the stall ploy, and that's because it's in this banner they released this dual skill, but also the counter for the dual skill. Basically, units within 3 rows and 3 columns get to move an additional space, and they also inflict gravity, which after you attacked an enemy unit, that unit only gets to move 1 space. So it's a very good, like, I can move, but you can't move skill. And if you pair this with Kanto for many of the units now in Ether Raids, you can basically hit and run. So you attack them and then run away, and then that's how it's gonna go. But let me know what you guys think of these pair of units, and if you're gonna, set up a pirate team, that would be cool. And definitely focus on the flyers, right? Besides Suther, who's kind of like a basic tank with that bonfire, the other ones are flyers. So you can definitely set up kind of an all-flyer team with your pirates there. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.